Hello everyone, Mimikins here. Today I'm going to be looking at the Alatreon Dominator light bowgun. I was super excited to build this weapon as it's the first time in the new world we have a gun that can rapid fire all elements, including dragon. Not that I use dragon much since you can only carry a small amount and it's very dependent on positioning if it's going to land well or not. I remember the first time firing dragon and the disappointment of seeing it tail off before reaching the monster. It's nice for occasional use but can't really be relied upon for main damage. So these builds will focus mainly on building for the other elements, fire, ice, water and thunder. I will go over some strong DPS builds as well as more survivalistic builds. This gun also has the advantage of being able to dual elements easily for monsters that have different elemental weaknesses depending on their state, like Alatreon, Vulgar Anjanath, Kulftarath, Baroth and Juratotus to name a few. Also, having a single LBG that covers all the elements mean that you have less farming to do in order to upgrade it, rather than keeping several other elemental LBGs up to date. Not sure about you guys, but less trips to the grinding lands is a win in my book. Light bowgun can carry 60 ammo of each element with the ability to bring materials into the hunt with you to craft 120 more. I highly recommend that you come with those extra materials on longer hunts. Using the spare shot charm will help you get even more mileage out of your gun. This gun is pretty amazing for any elemental ammo build. It has one of the better clip sizes and can actually have +1 recoil on each element, which really speeds up the weapon. I will show you the difference between +1 and +2. The lower recoil on this gun makes me feel like my old elemental guns are firing in slow motion. Capcom have made the ammo types on this gun have different properties for gun mods, meaning to get +1 recoil on each ammo type requires a different number of mods. So to be efficient on ammo types, you will need to save different bowgun mods to your sets depending on the element you are trying to optimize. There's also different routes you can go down depending on what you prefer. You can have fast reloads with fast recoil, however this means that you can't equip the power barrel. For those of you that don't know, power barrel definitely affects elemental ammo. It basically gives it more chances to pierce through a monster. In other words, it will deal extra damage more often. I will show you an example using the Blackwing bowgun flame ammo, since it's easier to show a single bullet rather than rapid fire, which can get messy with numbers. I will also equip some deviation mods just so the gun doesn't move around to help make it clearer to see. Equipping the power barrel and targeting the same spot, the gun's bullet will pierce through an extra time. Without the power barrel equipped, the gun is only hitting one time. That's not to say I can't hit 2 times without the barrel. If I move round to the wheel here, I can hit 2 times as well without it. But what the power barrel is doing is shortening the distance that the ammo needs before a damage tick can occur. This can add a lot of damage, especially if you shoot along the length of a monster or from wing to wing. However, not every hit will increase damage as it's very dependent on the size of area you're firing at. You won't notice a difference on the training room pillar, only on the wagon. It's subtle yet powerful and may have gone unnoticed by many players. By foregoing the fast reload, you can fit this in along with other damage increasing mods as well, such as ranged attack. Normal reload still allows you to reload while moving, although a bit slower. Here's a chart I made showing which gun mods you should use depending on your ammo type if you want to play optimally. I think it's down to personal preference what you should go with, and it's difficult to measure exactly what's going to be better DPS as there's just too many variables in a real hunt. Although my preferences tends to lean towards the power barrel, but you pick what's right for yourself. I hope this makes it clear for people to understand, as this is a question I get frequently asked about in the comments. I'm going to show you several different sets for different playstyles and accessibility. These builds are designed to be played with different elements by changing up the dual slots. My first build is my high DPS single element. Safi set still offers the most damage increase. The set bonus True Dragon Vein Awakening gives a massive 150 element increase, 120 status build-up, and 40% affinity, which is a huge boost to any build. It makes other set bonuses have a hard time keeping up. It does drain health each time you attack, but will return more health than it consumed after the set number of attacks have successfully landed without sheathing your weapon. This makes the skill Resentment useful, which adds attack when you have red health. The light bowgun can still use a health regen augment to reduce health loss and gain the effect of Resentment, unlike some other weapons. My second build is an adaptation of the first one but encompasses two different elements. It's designed for fights like Alatreon, in which having two elements is beneficial. I have moved some of my skills to the mantle slots. The glider mantle has one of the highest upkeep times and offers up 2 level 4 dual slots, which is a nice DPS increase. This armour comes from the Safi-jiiva siege in the Gathering Hub, which is only available at certain times. I'll leave a link in the description for the event schedule. It's best to look for an online session which is targeting him, as it will speed up gathering materials. So my next set doesn't require any event gear and can be made at any time once you have access to the Silver Rathalos fight. It uses the set bonus of True Critical Element, increasing critical modifier of the elemental shots. While this set still offers good damage, it falls behind the Safi set in both damage per bullet and affinity. You also have to wear 4 pieces to achieve the set bonus, which restricts what skills you can have in, especially if you want to keep the Spare Shot charm. There is another set with the same bonus that was leaked online, the Azure Age set from a Master Rank USJ quest. People may remember in the base game the Azure Star-Lord set. This is basically the Master Rank version. Not sure when they're going to make it available to everyone. Once it arrives, you will be able to mix and match with the Silver Salt armors to get the set bonus in a more build flexible manner. And finally, I have my fourth build, my survival build. This one is great for relaxed play and extremely forgiving on mistakes. Excellent choice for learning new monsters or trying out the LBG. This build will save many consumables as you gain health back from shots, take less damage from attacks due to Divine Blessing, and if you get knocked down, the recovery speed helps heal up your red bar quickly. This stacks with immunizers for a more potent effect. In fact, this build means you barely, if at all, need to use potions. It uses 2 parts of the Velcana set for critical element and 2 parts of Blackveil Valhazak for super recovery for even more health regen. Less damage than the other builds, sure, but sometimes survival is more important, especially if you're still making your way up the ranks with gear that is still needing augmented. Even if you haven't unlocked the Guiding Lance and farmed for a health regen augment, this set is going to offer you passive health regeneration. Give it a try if you're unsure about learning light bowgun or plan to tackle more dangerous monsters. The Alatreon Dominator is an extremely versatile light bowgun for elemental ammo. It has the advantage of achieving +1 recoil and rapid fire for all elemental ammos. It does lack status ammo, which can be useful in some situations, but in reality you only tend to get 1 or 2 of these off per fight due to the monster building up resistances the more you use them. It's definitely a gun I would recommend building, and if you need help with the Alatreon fight, I have a guide up on the channel. Thanks for watching, please support the channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.